A massive armored bear burst from the woods. The knight panicked, screaming for help. Ku froze in shock. He had no weapon, just a briefcase and a mysterious glowing bracelet. Ku hid behind the trees, torn. His instincts screamed to run, but guilt held him still. The merchant screamed again. Ku clenched his fists. He couldn't just walk away now. He remembered childhood dreams, watching firefighters save lives with awe. They were heroes, everything he wanted to become. Somewhere along the way, he gave up. But now, something inside him reignited. Ku recalled that night. Alone after overtime, the train vanished into darkness. Now, floating in a void, a screen appeared. Summoned to another world. Choose your role wisely. Ku analyzed the choices. Brave, wiseman, demon lord, each reeked of responsibility or doom. Can I choose none? He wondered. He'd escaped one black company. Why enter another world's version? Ku's casual rejection triggered a hidden option. Before he could react, a blinding light surged. Substandard abilities flashed across the screen, but so did Blessed by Spirits. The transfer had begun. Ku awoke beneath tall trees, sunlight streaking through the canopy. Birds chirped nearby. Confused, he scanned the forest. What's going on? He whispered, still dressed in his business suit. Ku checked his pockets, just a smartphone, wallet, and some tissues. Everything felt too vivid to be a dream. Alone in the forest, he began planning his first step in survival. A glowing screen appeared before Ku. His stats were displayed MP far above average, and mysterious crafting skills. Like a game, he thought, a grin forming. This world might be interesting. Ku activated full assist. Lights surged around him as skills began installing. A voice confirmed the process. Though overwhelmed, he stayed calm. These powers gave him options. His new life had begun. Ku tested his first skill item box. He touched a tree, spoke the command, and a magic circle appeared. Orbs of light floated in. Storage activated. The power felt instinctive. Natural. Ku tested the dismantling skill on a tree. The system beeped, breaking it down into cypress wood. This is convenient. He smiled. Even basic survival seemed manageable with these powers. Ku activated creation, converting wood into sticks. A detailed system message explained his divine crafting potential. Excited, he crafted eagerly. Power surged through him. He now realized these skills were extraordinary. Ku examined the cypress stick. It gained fire resistance. Surprised, he earned experience just from crafting. His creation skill ranked up. Realizing the potential, he grinned. More crafting meant more power. Curious about the system, Ku experimented with its interface. With a thought, Windows minimized into compact visuals. So it adapts, he noted. With every discovery, the world felt more navigable. Ku realized he could manage the system mentally. Testing a new recipe, he crafted a cypress axe sharp as steel with a critical hit boost. His confidence and curiosity grew stronger. Though unfamiliar with weapons, Ku gripped the axe and swung. The dexterity skill kicked in, guiding his motion. With surprising power and precision, he cleaved a massive tree in one strike. Ku's axe didn't just cut the tree, it shattered the boulder behind it. He froze in disbelief. Is breaking rock with wood normal? He wondered, half laughing at his overpowering skills. Ku reviewed his skills, some still unclear, others already powerful. Confident in his abilities, he decided to rank up creation and craft better gear. Surviving in this world now felt achievable. After steady effort under the rising sun, Ku exhaled deeply. His creation skill had reached rank 5. He stood quietly in the clearing, already feeling stronger and ready for what's next. Ku discovered 3 truths. Only new recipes grant experience. Each rank requires points, and items have unique effects. His latest? A cypress chair, with a fainting effect. He blinked. Confused, Ku trekked through the forest, aiming to reach a village before dark. Though he'd walked far, fatigue never came. He realized the cause: his transfer skill, at max rank, kept him energized. Ku's senses sharpened by the transfer skill, he caught a distant scream. A man was in trouble. Without hesitation, he dashed through the forest, determined to investigate and help. Ku burst from the trees and froze. An armored bear loomed over a fallen merchant, its steel-plated body radiating menace. A demon built for war, his first real threat had appeared. Hidden in the shadows, Ku watched the armored bear threaten the merchant. Fear urged him to flee. I'm important, he rationalized, yet doubt lingered. Could he really abandon someone in need? Memories surged Ku as a child, admiring firefighters risking everything to save others. They were brave, selfless. He once dreamed of becoming like them. Could he ignore that dream now? Kao clenched his fists. Running would betray everything he once believed. He wasn't powerless anymore. Though he'd given up on being a hero, he now had the skills to act. Resolved, Kao's eyes burned with determination. He sprinted toward the armored bear, shouting with everything he had. No more hesitation this time, he would act. He would fight to save someone. Q charged and struck with precision. The axe, guided by dexterity, sliced through the armored bear's shell. Shock flashed in the monster's eyes. Kao had landed a blow, his first real attack. The battle ended. Ku extended his hand, calm and sincere. "Are you all right?" he asked. He didn't need to be a hero, just someone who helped when others couldn't. Ku met a merchant named Shiromome after helping with a dangerous encounter. Hoping to blend in, he introduced himself as a woodworker while his soaked beast companion stood nearby. Shirome asked about Ku's axe, surprised to hear it defeated an armored bear. Shocked, Ku learned the beast was an A-rank monster capable of destroying entire villages unaided. Realizing his power, Ku admitted he crafted the axe alone. Impressed, Shirome invited him to his mansion in the city. As the sun set and a new journey awaited, Ku offered to help retrieve the merchant's lost cargo using his item box. Shirome was surprised, but Ku calmly demonstrated his storage skill, revealing the carriage inside with ease. Shirome was left speechless as Ku restored everything effortlessly. Snow drifted gently as they continued walking, Shirome wondering just who Ku really was. Ku awkwardly insisted he was an ordinary woodworker. Trying to avoid suspicion, Ku claimed he lived in the mountains. As they walked toward the city of Ani, he explained his unfamiliarity with common sense was all an act. Shirome explained this world's skill system, 3 skills per person, divided into talent and intelligence types. Ku began to wonder if his unique abilities broke the rules. What else was possible? Ku reviewed his status screen, noting his uncommon skills and potential. Shirome commented on Ku's abnormal strength. Ku quietly questioned whether he might already be one of the world's strongest. Shirome described how his guards fled from an armored bear. Ku questioned the guild's responsibility. As night fell, their destination appeared ahead. Before them stood the illuminated gates of Onin. Ku marveled at Onin, imagining fantastical races. But outside the gates, knights panicked, claiming Shirome had died fighting an armored bear. Ku listened, confused. They were clearly hiding something. The guards falsely blamed Shirome's death on recklessness. Ku realized they fled, abandoning him. As whispers grew, Shirome reappeared alive, shocking the soldiers who had lied to cover their cowardice. Ku calmly revealed the truth, presenting the armored bear's severed head. Smiling, he introduced himself as just a woodworker. The stunned guards could no longer deny who saved the day. Ku's proof silenced the crowd. A knight interrogated the mercenaries, exposing their lies. Cornered, they confessed Shirome was never protected. He was abandoned while they fled from the armored bear. Shirome bravely spoke the truth. The captain deemed the offense severe and ordered their arrest. One mercenary panicked, attacked, and chaos erupted as steel clashed and screams rang through the gate. Kao, calm and sharp, invoked magic to defend. As a blade closed in, his swift reaction blocked the strike. He questioned, wasn't killing someone just to dodge consequences a bit selfish? Ku blocked the attacker's strike with ease, refusing to step aside. With calm strength, he overpowered the enraged mercenary, disarming him without hesitation and subduing him with calculated precision. The mercenary collapsed, unable to withstand Ku's enhanced weapon. Spectators watched in awe. Ku, holding a simple hammer, confirmed the effects of his crafted buffs, strengthening A and feint effect S. Cheers erupted. Onlookers celebrated Ku's victory, calling him brother and praising his skill. Even a former B-rank mercenary was tossed in joy, declaring Ku's strength real. The crowd lifted him high. After intense questioning, Ku was finally released. As night fell, he wondered about the guild's integrity. Thanks to Shirome's endorsement, he was granted safe entry into the city of Onin. Shirome arranged lodging at his mansion. Ku, expecting a simple place, was stunned by the luxurious estate. Clearly, Shirome wasn't just any merchant, he was enormously wealthy and well-connected. Servants lined up to welcome them. Ku hesitated at the grandeur, overwhelmed by the hospitality. Shirome smiled warmly and led him inside, saying, "Shall we go, Kusama?" Ku feasted on gourmet food and marveled at the luxury around him. Relaxing in the guest room, he realized he no longer wanted to return to his former life. Reflecting deeply, Ku admitted he had no ties left in Japan. This world offered peace, purpose, and possibility. He began planning his next steps in this new life. Shirome offered Ku a month of lodging at a high-class inn his company's own. Touched, Ku gratefully accepted, ready to settle in and grow comfortable with this new town. Ku learned Shirome was the head of the Scarlet Company. Though Koyu credited his skills to luck, Shirome praised his integrity and offered wisdom on drawing a good hand versus using it. Shirome encouraged Ku to take pride in how he used his skills to help others. Ku was humbled, grateful, and agreed to consider registering with the Adventurers Guild. Shirome explained that an Adventurers Guild card could also act as an ID. With Ku's talents, rising in rank would be easy. Ku decided to register and explore this new world. Ku was advised to dress like a real adventurer before registering. Unsure where to get armor, he remembered the materials he had stored, and decided to craft something himself. Using his skills, Ku dismantled and reforged materials from the armored bear. Within moments, he had created new armor. The system asked if he wanted to equip it immediately. Ku equipped the armor, formed from the armored bear's shell. With enhanced strength and defense, he stood ready. Confident and prepared, he knew this gear marked his true adventurer debut. Ku entered the guild hall in armored bear gear. The room fell silent. Adventurers whispered, recognizing the armor and his past fight. Ku's reputation was already spreading fast among them. Ku stepped into the guild hall. All eyes turned. Whispers followed Bear Killer. His armored bear pelt stood out. Despite the attention, Ku calmly introduced himself as a rookie adventurer. The crowd doubted his rank. Some guessed he was a class. Ku moved to the counter, feeling nervous. As he approached, a cheerful receptionist greeted him with a warm, friendly smile. The receptionist, Melia, praised Ku's attire and welcomed him. Ku asked to register. Remembering Shirome's advice, he dropped honorifics, trying to sound confident. It was his first step into guild life. Melia was shocked Ku wanted to register. She mistook him for a veteran. Ku explained he was a beginner. Surprised, she handed over the form to start his application. Ku filled the form, honestly writing he avoided rough fights. Melia doubted him, but accepted the entry. Ku chose to take the practical exam immediately to finish everything quickly. Melia explained the exam involved sparring with a ranked adventurer. Though Ku was hesitant, he agreed. The exam site was set the underground training area, with spectators already gathering to watch. Ku noticed adventurers gathered behind him. They were curious and whispering. Melia mentioned today's opponent was said to be tougher than an armored bear. Ku prepared, unsure what to expect. Melia reassured Ku he didn't have to win, just do his best. Ku decided to go all out. The duel began, his massive mallet crashing forward with incredible speed and force. The crowd watched in awe as Koyu swung the huge mallet effortlessly. Strengthening effects made it weightless for him. Spectators feared for the instructor. Whispers grew Bear Killer might actually win. The instructor greeted Ku, acknowledging his reputation. Confident yet composed, he warned Ku not to get cocky. Ku sensed the man's strength and readied himself, realizing this wouldn't be easy. Melia signaled the start of the exam. Ku accepted the challenge and charged in. The instructor stayed sharp, watching Ku's first strike closely. The real test of skill had begun. Ku launched a powerful attack. The mallet's swing smashed through wooden weapons and barriers. The instructor skillfully dodged, barely avoiding damage. The clash of force and experience electrified the crowd. The instructor realized Ku's swings were powerful but wide. Using minimal movement, he avoided strikes. Ku tried to adjust but was warned his technique left gaps. The real fight had started. Ku changed his rhythm, feinting and adjusting grip. The instructor tried to strike, but Ku countered midair. The mallet's power surged, making the crowd gasp. Ku's instincts were starting to shine. Their weapons clashed hard. The match grew fierce. Melia and others watched tensely. Just as pressure peaked, the instructor called it off. The duel ended. Ku had passed the adventurer's exam. Ku triumphantly defeated his opponent, surprising everyone. Cheers erupted from the amazed spectators, praising Koyu's unexpected strength and strategic skills. Confidence surged as he acknowledged the enthusiastic crowd's reaction. Respectfully, the instructor congratulated Ku, impressed by his clever tactics. Shaking hands firmly, Ku's abilities earned recognition. Grateful and humble, he stepped forward confidently, completing his exam successfully. Receiving his guild card, Ku modestly credited his success to skillful planning. Friends admired his achievements, and while slightly overwhelmed, he eagerly anticipated exploring the guild's challenging adventures ahead. The guild's ranking system was carefully explained to Kou, highlighting severe penalties for misconduct. Understanding the strict guidelines clearly, Ku resolved to follow rules seriously from the beginning. Ku listened intently about rewards tied to higher ranks. Encouraged by the guide, he accepted a beginner-friendly quest eagerly, aiming to gradually improve his rank through practical experiences ahead. Presented with a quest collecting medicinal Naoze grass, Ku carefully evaluated the rewards and risks involved. Determined to succeed, he accepted the task enthusiastically, preparing for the upcoming adventure thoughtfully. Ko entered the guild hall, nervous yet hopeful. A kind receptionist explained he'd need a veteran escort. Kamsa volunteered to find one, promising success through her negotiation skills. Relieved, Ko officially became an adventurer. He thanked Kamsa inwardly and left to begin preparations. Scarlet Company would handle his shopping. As he waited, a mysterious figure approached. She had striking red hair and gem-like crimson eyes. Her horns revealed her race. Ko stared, caught off guard. A dragonkin? He didn't expect to meet someone like her. Kamsa proudly introduced Iris Newt Fafnir, an A-rank adventurer from the Dragonfolk tribe. Ku was surprised but intrigued. Iris appeared strong, composed, and aware of Ku's recent battle reputation. Iris addressed Ku directly, calling him the Bear Killer. Her words were calm but respectful. Ku introduced himself formally, expressing gratitude and requesting guidance, clearly nervous before the powerful adventurer. Hearing Ku's overly polite tone, Iris chuckled softly. Ku realized his slip and panicked internally. Though embarrassed, he remained determined to earn Iris's trust and prove his worth in action. Iris asked Ku to relax and speak normally. Kamsa explained Ku's lack of common sense. Iris understood, agreeing she was the best fit to guide someone so inexperienced. Ku and Iris walked through town, discussing what they needed to do. Ku wanted a monster distribution map. Iris praised his preparation, seeing potential in his approach to gathering information. Iris handed Ku a detailed booklet prepared by Mila. Ku was impressed by its thoroughness. He realized it covered everything, including materials, herbs, monster zones, and guild procedures in full. Kamsa explained Mila's role in rebuilding the guild. Iris suggested Ku should stay on good terms with her. After confirming supplies, they finally decided to visit the Adventurers Guild together. Ku gathered essential tools: rope, torch, flint, and water. Iris questioned if his storage could handle it. Ku casually revealed his item box was unlimited, surprising her completely. Iris explained how most item boxes had low capacity. Ku's seemed exceptional. He casually showed more magic items. Iris acknowledged Ku's gear was beyond ordinary, fit for high-ranking adventurers. Fully equipped, Ku and Iris entered Cello Forest. While searching for Neose grass, Ku spotted a large patch. He confirmed it was safe to collect, beginning his first gathering task. Iris warned Ku to avoid damaging Neose grass roots. Ku confidently used his item box to extract it safely. Iris was surprised by how smoothly he bypassed the usual gathering difficulty. Ku explained that transferring the entire plant directly into the item box avoided pulling force. Iris realized Ku's so-called weak skill was unexpectedly useful for efficient resource collection. While identifying nearby plants, Ku spotted red-spotted grass. Iris confirmed it was Neolana grass, not Neos. They noted its scattered growth and the task's surprising difficulty due to misidentifications and distance. Ku activated his Artisan God's Eye skill. A sparkle marked each Neose grass location. The skill highlighted all similar plants, making it easier to collect everything before sunset. Using the skill, Ku gathered all 50 units quickly. Even Iris was impressed. As they prepared to return, Ku mentioned asking personal questions. Curious about Iris and the Dragonfolk, Ku asked what kind of people the Dragonfolk were. Iris explained they descended from ancient dragons, powerful, dominant creatures that once ruled the world. She spoke seriously, honoring her tribe's origin. Back at the guild, Kamsa was shocked Ku completed the Neos grass quest so quickly. He calmly delivered 50 intact samples, surprising everyone with their quality and careful collection. Ku explained his item box method. Mila planned to report it to headquarters. Kamsa hinted at extra rewards. Ku thanked Iris, crediting her for making his first quest successful. Iris explained that dragonfolk live longer and are physically stronger than humans. Ku expressed envy, which surprised her. Most humans, she said, feared her people and kept their distance. Ku apologized for bringing it up. Iris admitted it hurt to be treated like a monster, but hearing Ku's honest admiration brought her a rare moment of quiet comfort. As they walked together, Iris softly said his words made her happy. Ku smiled in return, sensing a silent understanding forming between them in the calm forest path. Ku stood in front of a luxurious inn owned by Chrome. Dressed sharply in a suit, he prepared to enter, realizing it wasn't a place for typical adventurers. Ku entered, a luxurious suite arranged by Chrome. Amazed by the space, he recalled his cramped room in Japan. Though tempted by the hotel's food, he searched for cheaper options. Using a local gourmet guide, Ko found a popular grilled chicken dish at Kinkymate. After dinner and a glass of wine, he toasted to his new life in another world. The next day, Ko learned of a new quest. The guild requested help subduing an E-rank monster, the Lonely Voice. The reward was high 20,000 komas, plus extra for its fur. Ko searched for Naose grass but gathered lilium herb and damp mushrooms instead. Using his creation skill, he planned to make healing and detoxification potions from the available ingredients. Ko filled a water bag with a healing potion. It sparkled like an elixir and tasted like mint. The appraisal confirmed enhanced recovery effects and multiple status improvements. He then made a detoxification potion. It tasted fruity and elegant, reminding him of mint tablets from Japan. Appraisal confirmed its effect. Ko was pleased by its surprising taste and power. While exploring the forest, Ko sensed danger. A growl confirmed it. An E-rank lonely wolf emerged, bearing its fangs. Ko drew his sword and shield, preparing for his first real battle. Now there is a massive wolf in front of him, growling and ready to attack him at this very moment. With his magic, he drew his sword and getting ready for battle. Ko spotted the beast charging from the forest's edge. He smirked, gripped his sword, and stepped forward. "No need to run," he muttered, preparing to meet the enemy head-on. As the wolf lunged, Ko shouted dexterity, enhancing his speed. He ducked, sidestepped the claw swipe, and countered. Sparks flew as his blade clashed against the beast's thick, snarling hide. In a fluid motion, Ko twisted and slashed. Blood sprayed, the wolf collapsed with a final growl. Breathing steady, Ko stood tall. "Target neutralized," he muttered, eyes scanning for more. Ko inspected his sword, impressed by its sharpness. Calmly, he planned to collect the fur for bonuses. Unaware, multiple eyes were watching him from the darkened woods nearby. He turned at the growls. A pack emerged, eyes glowing, teeth bared. "Weren't you lone wolves?" Ko quipped, steadying his stance as the beasts lunged together with frightening speed. Surrounded, Ko activated automatic collection as instincts took over. Blood flew. His stats soared, reaching level 9 mid-fight. Eyes narrowing, he braced himself. "I see," he muttered. "Time to finish this." Ko struck cleanly, felling the charging wolf. With automatic collection, the corpse vanished instantly. Calm and efficient, he slashed again. Each kill silently stored while he advanced without hesitation. His sword danced. Enemies lunged and fell. Ko appreciated the new skill, it saved time. But as more appeared from the trees, his eyes narrowed. The pack wasn't done yet. Surrounded once more, Ko gritted his teeth. "What is this, a discount day for wolves?" he muttered. Blades flashed. "How many more are there?" The forest echoed with growls. Ko unleashed a decisive blow, ending the last wolf's charge. His stance eased as the battlefield quieted. Dozens of fallen beasts marked the end of the chaotic forest skirmish. He examined the item box. Thousands of wolf corpses, potions, herbs, and more. The absurd quantity confirmed something unnatural. Ko knew this anomaly needed to be reported immediately to authorities. A lone female wolf emerged. The system revealed her as the source of the pack's behavior. Understanding dawned. Ko froze, recognizing the biological cycle behind the frenzied male retreat. Ko repelled the attack with precision. The wolf collapsed, defeated. His breathing steady, he noted the increased strength his level and physical abilities had significantly risen during the prolonged forest encounter. He opened his status window, confirming new growth. The day's battle yielded strong results. Strengthened and curious, he considered how future level gains might continue enhancing his core abilities. Near a quiet riverside, Ko pondered taking a break. As he approached a clearing, he spotted two adventurers slumped against trees, clearly fatigued from their own overwhelming ordeal. Ko approached the resting adventurers. One identified him by his armor. Recognizing his strength, they relaxed slightly. Ko assessed them quickly, noting signs of fear mixed with lingering exhaustion. Their tension grew again. A new threat had appeared, larger and more dangerous than wolves or bears. From their account, a massive spider had ambushed them, striking with overwhelming speed. Ko understood immediately. The creature described matched a black spider, highly lethal, rare in low zones. Their gathering quest had turned deadly. Ko realized this wasn't a random encounter at all. The adventurers described the black spider's attack. Iris, a dragonfolk warrior, had defended them. Though unsure if she survived, they spoke with respect and worry about her unknown fate. Ko decided to act. He requested directions and prepared to head toward the danger alone. Despite their warnings, he resolved to search for Iris while urging the others to retreat. Before he left, the girl mentioned hearing spirits. With a calm presence, she explained her connection to nature and revealed a hidden skill, spiritual guidance. allowing her to sense unseen forces. The adventurers gave their support, trusting Ko's resolve. With a nod, he turned and sprinted toward the forest, carrying their hopes and his growing determination to reach Iris in time. Ko activated his armor's hearing enhancement. Focused, he dashed through brush and trees, chasing faint sounds. Driven by instinct and urgency, his pace never slowed across the narrowing mountain trail. Iris's image stayed fixed in his mind. Doubts crept in, but he clung to hope. For the first time, his heart stirred, not from danger, but from someone's presence. Ko froze, ears catching a faint sound. The forest held its breath. Alert and cautious, he turned toward the noise, heart racing with a mix of fear and hope. He sprinted into the trees. The clearing ahead was torn apart, littered with claw marks and debris. Every step revealed more evidence of a violent clash with something massive. He halted. The battlefield lay silent, strewn with damage and fallen beasts. At the center, unconscious and wounded, was Iris. Ko's heart sank as he rushed to her side. Ko reached Iris and confirmed she was still alive. But unease settled in. The area was too quiet. The real threat, Black Spider, wasn't finished yet. The ground suddenly trembled. The Black Spider rose with crushing force, towering over the clearing. Ko's eyes locked onto it. No more running. This battle would decide everything: strength, resolve, and the will to protect. The Black Spider revealed its true nature, cunning and venomous, a high-level threat. Ko recognized the trap. Iris was used to lure others in. Now the real fight had begun. The monster charged, fast and deadly. Ko dodged its lunges, studying its attacks. Its agility rivaled its bulk, fangs glinting with poison. Ko gritted his teeth, preparing for his counter. He activated dexterity and infused his blade with enhanced force. With precise movement, he clashed with the beast's limbs, evading blows and striking back, testing its defenses and patterns. Ko circled the spider, frustrated. His strikes failed to pierce deeply. The enemy's shell was too thick. Time pressed on. He had to rescue Iris before things got worse. He lunged again, but the spider retaliated with force. A massive strike sent him flying. Pain surged, but his armor's durability and boosted level prevented a lethal blow. Recovering fast, Ko realized he had dropped his cypress wood sword during the impact. Gritting his teeth, he scanned the battlefield. Retrieving it would be critical for the next move. Ko was caught mid-motion. A sticky thread yanked him backward and wrapped around him tightly. Realization struck. He was entangled by the Black Spider's web, unable to move freely. Pinned and bound, Ko struggled, but the silk held firm. The spider crept closer, fangs ready. He knew a strike now would be fatal unless he acted immediately and cleverly. Thinking fast, Ko remembered an earlier decision. He had stored an entire cypress tree in his item box. It was risky, but this might be the key to escaping death. In a flash of light, Ko triggered his plan. The cypress tree exploded from his item box, hurling the spider back. He hit the ground, freed and focused. Using the item box's property, he had stored both the web and tree on contact. The spider reeled, momentarily disoriented. Ko stood, panting, but ready for the final strike. Spotting Iris's fallen spear, Ko moved. His eyes locked onto the weapon. He lunged forward, hand closing around its shaft. Now armed again, he faced the enemy without hesitation. Ko raised both weapons, his sword and Iris's spear. Focused and unwavering, he charged with a roar, channeling everything into a final stand against the monstrous, venomous Black Spider. His dual-wielding assault clashed against the spider's limbs. Thanks to its massive size, Ko found openings. He dodged with precision, striking with fluid rhythm. The tide of battle began shifting. Harnessing momentum, Ko spun, thrust, and cut deep. His strikes intensified. This battle wasn't just about survival, it was about surpassing his limits. The spider screeched, staggered, overwhelmed by Ko's onslaught. Ko launched a powerful dual strike, piercing through the spider's armored hide. The monster reeled in pain as Ko pressed forward, unleashing relentless blows fueled by focus, strength, and determination. With a devastating thrust, Ko landed a critical hit. The spider shrieked and staggered. Ko stood tall, realizing his hesitation had held him back, but now his full strength was clear. The spider attempted to flee, dragging its wounded body. Ko didn't hesitate. With one last leap, he chased it down, determined to finish what he started once and for all. The Black Spider reared back in desperation, its movements growing sluggish. Ko seized the moment, sprinting forward. This was his final strike, the decisive blow to end the deadly encounter. Ko's weapon struck with force, slicing through the spider's body. Its legs buckled, its shriek fading. The massive creature collapsed, motionless. Ko landed beside it, eyes locked on the fallen enemy. As the dust settled, Ko stood quietly. The black spider's remains cracked apart, confirming its death. Breathing deeply, he watched the threat vanish, knowing the battle was finally over. Ku's level rose again. New skills unlocked, stats improved. But his attention snapped to Iris injured and unconscious. Without hesitation, he rushed to her side, searching his inventory for healing items. Iris was breathing, but barely. Ko quickly applied a powerful healing potion, hoping the enhanced recovery effect would work fast enough. He stayed close, watching her chest rise faintly with breath. As light enveloped her body, the wounds began to close. Her fingers twitched. Slowly, her eyes opened. Ko exhaled, relief flooding him. She had survived the brutal confrontation. Iris awoke, weak and alarmed, warning Ko about the spider. He reassured her enemy defeated. Despite her condition, she asked about others. Ko checked her health and smiled gently. He diagnosed the issue paralysis poison. Without delay, he administered a detoxification potion. Iris slowly regained feeling and strength. Her voice returned. Ko's fast response had likely saved her life. Grateful, Iris thanked him with a smile. She teased him, suggesting he owed her a meal. Ko froze, stunned by the unexpected invitation. The sky dimmed above them. Iris laughed off her earlier words, trying to lighten the mood. Ko supported her as they prepared to return. Despite exhaustion, they moved together through the forest's fading light. She apologized for her weakness. Ko reassured her, explaining he fought solely to protect her. The black spider's defeat wasn't about pride, he had focused entirely on saving her. Touched, Iris quietly thanked him. Ko asked if something was wrong. She smiled gently, saying it was nothing. Side by side, they walked back toward the city, bonded by battle. Ko sat inside the guild's reception office, ready to report. Iris rested nearby. A guild staff member approached him with a warm tone, but something about her felt suspicious. As Ko examined her ID, he noticed her rank. She wasn't a receptionist, she was the assistant branch manager. Surprised, he realized she had been observing him from the start. She revealed her true role to Ko, thanking him sincerely for defeating the black spider. With calm authority, she praised his actions and offered official gratitude on behalf of the guild. The assistant manager ended introductions and asked Ko for his full report. He explained the series of events, starting from when he departed the guild to the final confrontation. She was stunned by his record: over 2,000 lonely wolves subdued. Ko also explained how he cured Iris with a crafted potion. His story was supported by the other witnesses. Impressed, the guild staff confirmed Ko's achievements. His adventurer rank would be raised, and a guild meeting was planned. The black spider's bounty alone was valued at 5 million kamsa. Ko was surprised by the 5 million kamsa bounty. Normally, such rewards were split among teams. He wondered if Iris would be compensated. The staff assured him her courage would be rewarded. At the guild's entrance, Ko remembered Iris risking her life for rookie adventurers. Meanwhile, Melia was filing reports. A man named Giselle arrived, offering Ko praise and warm greetings. Giselle praised Ko's rare strength. They exchanged words briefly before Ko planned to rest. Just then, a voice called from the Golden Bear restaurant. Someone eagerly awaited Ko's arrival for dinner. Inside the Golden Bear restaurant, adventurers welcomed Ko with cheers and laughter. Drinks flowed freely. For the first time, he felt a genuine sense of belonging in this new city. As the celebration continued, Iris appeared at the door, now recovered. Ko turned in surprise. Her presence drew attention. Her courage and strength were known by all who'd survived. Some younger adventurers hesitated near Iris, unsure how to approach a dragonfolk. But as they remembered her bravery, respect overcame fear. Ko smiled, watching bonds quietly begin to form. Iris humbly received thanks from the younger adventurers. Ko stepped forward and silenced the room. He reminded everyone her bravery made their survival possible. Recognition was due. Ko raised his glass. He toasted Iris's courage, calling her the day's true hero. The entire tavern followed, cheering in unison. Her quiet strength had earned the city's respect. As cheers echoed, Iris smiled softly. Touched, Ko watched her silently, hoping this night would mark the beginning of her acceptance not just as a warrior, but as one of them. 10 days passed peacefully. Ko settled into life in Onin, adapting well. He was instantly promoted from F rank to D rank, a record-setting achievement praised throughout the Adventurers Guild. To reach C rank, he needed City Quest experience. His new assignment, help at the Golden Bear restaurant. Though unfamiliar with guild customs, Ko accepted the task with determined politeness. Inside the kitchen, Ko donned a magical apron made from wolf fur. Though he'd never cooked in Japan, this battlefield required different skills. He was ready to give it his all. Ko prepared food rapidly, impressing everyone with his dexterity and master chef's skill. His sandwiches became a hit, earning praise and bonuses from the staff and restaurant owner alike. While recovering from spicy seasoning, Ko learned his sandwich would be shared with other managers. His efforts were praised as real work worthy of reward, practical skill meeting sincere appreciation. Next, Ko joined the city wall expansion. With increased population and aging defenses, construction was vital. A dwarf supervisor welcomed him, relying on Kou's help again for heavy lifting and repairs. Kou's task was to remove debris from the wall site. Using his item box, he cleared the rubble effortlessly. The workers watched in amazement at his efficiency and speed. He transported bricks to the dwarven workshop district. The dwarves offered him drinks. Impressed by his help, Ko declined politely, staying focused on completing the delivery and remaining quests. After submitting results to the guild, Ko received his rewards. Iris met him outside, casually asking about dinner. Their schedules aligned. He hesitated briefly, then accepted the invitation warmly. Ko joined Iris for another dinner. She often invited him. Over beef stew, they talked casually. Ko felt relaxed, appreciating the normalcy that had slowly become part of his life. Iris leaned in, voice calm but serious. She sought ancient ruins beneath Onin. Rumored to hide a vast underground city, the peaceful town now held secrets far older than expected. Long ago, a magical civilization thrived across the continent. Now, traces of it remain. Rumors speak of a hidden underground city near Onin, long buried but not forgotten. Iris explained her quest to Ko, searching for ruins of the ancient world. Ko listened, intrigued by the idea of ancient weapons and knowledge buried beneath their peaceful town. She shared her research, showing old texts and theories. Ko checked his auto-mapping skill. A missing record caught his attention. They agreed to explore the area together, curiosity rising. Ko examined his auto-mapping system. A hidden entry appeared: Underground City No. 0, marked deep in Cello Forest. Surprised, he wondered why no one had discovered it until now. They decided to investigate the next day. The discovery felt sudden, but they couldn't ignore the lead. With a shared purpose, they prepared to enter Cello Forest together. Reaching the site, they followed the coordinates carefully. The forest opened into a clearing, but to their surprise, nothing was there. No ruins, no door, just barren rock and trees. Ko examined his black spider gauntlet, made from battle remnants. Despite its power, it wasn't helpful here. Still, he and Iris searched the cliffside for any secret entry. He sensed something behind a large stone. Even with super strength, he couldn't move it. Iris suggested using his item box, a clever workaround. Ko activated it, clearing the path instantly. Behind the rock lay a mysterious door, glowing faintly. Ko touched it. Warmth radiated from the metal, possibly orichalcum. The legends might be true. They had found the underground city's gate. Iris confirmed the material was orichalcum rare, nearly indestructible, with lost processing methods. The sealed door was real, the rumors true. They had found something truly ancient and well protected. Touching the panel triggered a response. Text appeared, recognizing Koeu when initiating a trial. The ground lit up beneath them, a glowing seal activated. Iris shouted as something massive stirred. A towering orichalcum golem emerged, an ancient magical war machine, armed with armor and lasers. The trial to access the underground city had begun, and Ko was its chosen challenger. Ko realized the golem's armor was pure orichalcum, almost impenetrable. It confirmed him as its target and prepared to eliminate. The trial wasn't symbolic. It was deadly and real. Iris stepped forward, offering to act as a decoy. She urged Ko to flee. She'd seen such golems before, S-rank threats that took entire teams of elite adventurers to defeat. Ko refused to run. Even if their odds were low, he wouldn't leave someone behind. They would fight together, and if they had to flee, it'd be their choice, not fears. The golem's laser cannon fired a destructive beam, tearing the ground apart. Ko knew a single hit could be fatal. They had no choice. Victory would require precision and teamwork. Analyzing the golem, Ko realized it used magic to power its lasers. Its eyes, unprotected, were the weak point. If he blocked its line of fire, Iris could strike cleanly. Ko offered to act as the shield, drawing fire. Iris was stunned but agreed. With this plan, if it worked, they'd stand shoulder to shoulder with even A-rank adventurers. The battle began in earnest. Ko charged forward, blocking the golem's laser with his black spider gauntlet. The blast was intense, but he didn't fall. Iris moved in behind him. The gauntlet's magic absorption glowed, absorbing the laser's energy. Ko stood firm. Iris watched in awe as Ko redirected the attack. Their plan worked. He could endure and counter its power. With every blast absorbed, Ko's confidence grew. The golem faltered, its assault ineffective. The once overwhelming enemy now had a weakness. Ko smiled. For the first time, they could win. With Ko shielding them from the laser, they finally closed the distance. Ko shouted the signal. Iris leapt high, blade ready. This was their one shot to end it. With a fierce cry, Iris struck down, targeting the golem's exposed eye. Sparks exploded from the impact. The precision of her blow stunned even the ancient machine's magical defenses. The golem retaliated, but Ko intercepted its counterattack mid-swing. His gauntlet absorbed the blast again. He pushed forward, refusing to let Iris fall, not while they had a chance to win. Ko revealed his trump card. The gauntlet not only absorbed the golem's magic, but converted it into binding thread. At the perfect moment, he unleashed it to immobilize the giant. Iris took the chance. She struck again, slashing the golem's exposed joints. Ko followed up with a powerful attack, pushing the machine back. Their coordination turned the tide completely. The golem collapsed, tangled in magical webbing. The battle was over. Ko stood victorious, smiling. He and Iris had achieved the impossible, defeating an S-rank guardian with strategy and trust. As the golem powered down, confirmation arrived. Ko had passed the trial. His level surged to 38. More importantly, he had earned the master rights to Underground City No. 0. Ko joked about becoming a city owner. The sealed door finally opened. Iris, grateful, thanked Ko for saving her. He smiled, replying he couldn't have done it without her. They both agreed the victory was shared. With trust and combined strength, they achieved the impossible. Standing at the threshold of the unknown, they looked ahead as equals, as teammates. With the door's magic verified, Ko and Iris stepped into the shadows beyond. As the entrance sealed behind them, they descended into the mysterious depths of Underground City No. 0. Ko hesitated to reveal his origins, unsure if Iris would believe the truth. She responded kindly, accepting the mystery. They walked deeper into the passage, trusting each other without full answers. As the tunnel neared its end, Ko and Iris shared a moment of understanding. Their pace quickened, light poured ahead. Without hesitation, they sprinted toward the unknown, hearts steady, eyes forward. Emerging from the tunnel, they were greeted by a strange new landscape. A hum echoed in the air. Ko instinctively stepped forward, eyes narrowing at the light flaring in the sky. Ko and Iris emerged from the underground city and followed the path above ground. As they moved cautiously, rustling sounds startled them, prompting them to draw their weapons defensively. A frightened slime burst from the bushes, yelling that it wasn't a bad monster. Ko and Iris paused, confused by its panicked pleas and unexpected ability to speak. Introducing itself as a helper slime, the creature explained its purpose to assist city functions. Realizing it wasn't hostile, Ko and Iris relaxed, ready to hear more from it. Ko was surprised to hear the slime say "we." A whole crowd appeared, eager to serve, each declaring their specialties and devotion, begging him and Iris to accept them. Iris and Ko agreed. The slimes quickly surrounded them, full of energy and gratitude. Iris couldn't help teasing one, finding them adorable. Ko was caught off guard by her reaction. Blushing, Iris admitted she liked cute things. As Ko listened, the slimes offered to explain the underground city's purpose, revealing it was meant to be a sanctuary in emergencies. A system message confirmed Ko's status. His creation skill had evolved after connecting with the underground city. Realizing its new potential, he decided to test it in the open field. Ko focused his energy and activated the enhanced creation ability. A glowing sphere formed in his hand, and with Iris watching, he aimed to build something meaningful for their future. In an instant, a fully built house appeared before them. Ko, Iris, and the helper slime stood in stunned silence, awed by what Ko's upgraded skill had accomplished. Ko learned that his excess magic could convert into building materials. With 2 new functions, he could now construct structures, something that amazed both the slimes and Iris instantly. Though Ko lacked the building directive skill, the slimes insisted he instruct them. He tried to deny it, but Full Assist suggested he was a special case, raising questions. As realization spread, the slimes became excited. Only those with the god-tier creation skill could command such abilities. They wondered, could their new master really possess that divine-level power? The slimes praised Ko's skill, believing he could build a magnificent city. Ko realized the city required more time and resources, but its future potential was already clear to all. Ko suggested reporting their findings to the guild. Iris agreed, noting the ruins were still active. The group returned, deciding transparency and proper procedure were safest for managing the discovery. At the guild, Milia confirmed a superior would review the case. Shocked by Kou's claim, staff debated the city's ownership. As tension rose, they were asked to wait for judgment. Kou and Iris enjoyed lunch while discussing the upcoming royal scholar's visit. Iris surprised Kou with her cooking. He admired her hidden talents, realizing how little he truly knew about her. Their journey led to a quiet building where the meeting was scheduled. Kou stayed alert. Unexpectedly, the scholar arrived, not an old man but a young woman out of breath. The young scholar composed herself and greeted them politely. Kou, puzzled by the contrast with her title, silently prepared for a formal discussion about the underground city's secrets and future use. Kou met Lyric de Huber, the cheerful third son of a duke and self-proclaimed archaeologist. Despite his noble status, Lyric insisted on being treated equally and showed genuine excitement about their findings. His eyes sparkled as he exclaimed his fascination with ancient ruins. Kou realized this noble's passion might match his own mission. The meeting had only just begun. More awaited below. Lyric was stunned. Though underground, everything felt natural: sky, wind, grass. His disbelief turned to awe as he shouted about rewriting his thesis. The helper slime greeted them with cheerful energy. Lyric knelt in amazement, recognizing the helper slime's legendary nature. He'd studied them in theory, never expecting one to exist. Kou confirmed their authenticity, surprising the scholar even more. When asked if the slime built the house, Kou clarified he had done it himself. Lyric was speechless, realizing Kou could develop the entire underground city with ease and authority. Lyric praised Kou's discovery and offered support. Kou questioned if it was fine to alter the ruins, but Lyric insisted. Curious, Kou asked to learn more about ancient civilizations. Inside the house, they relaxed while discussing cultural customs. Kou mentioned transfer, wondering if he was in the future. Lyric hinted that ancient civilization was far greater than anyone imagined. Lyric explained how ancient people reached stars and planets using magic machines. Kou listened, amazed. Their tools seemed magical now, but were once daily essentials, like lamps, stoves, and communication boxes. Kou reflected on the similarities between his world and this civilization powered by magic. Despite its advancements, it collapsed. Lyric explained the fall was due to something called the Calamity. The group questioned whether the destruction was from war, but Lyric believed it was caused by an unknown monster. Iris recalled legends of a calamity that nearly wiped out humanity. Lyric noted a recent surge in monster activity. Armored beasts and black spiders were appearing, hinting the calamity's return. Kou and Iris realized this was beyond ordinary. Something dangerous was coming. Kou listened carefully, realizing the ancient civilization vanished despite its powerful magic. As theories of a returning calamity stirred, the helper slimes suddenly bounced in, offering snacks and tea. The group welcomed the treats with surprise and joy. Kou tasted one bite and praised its flavor. Laughter followed as they relaxed, grateful for the moment of peace together. After finishing the meal, Kou asked about the source of the delicious food. The slime explained their secret storage ability, impressing everyone and sparking curiosity about their other unknown capabilities. Kou noticed the slimes had storage powers, pulling a rocking chair from their bodies. Everyone watched in awe as the furniture appeared, realizing the slime had crafted their tea and pancakes too. Kou listened carefully as the researcher proposed building a facility. He mentioned archaeological goals and future disasters, suggesting the location could become a vital evaluation center. Kou became intrigued by the challenge. Encouraged by curiosity and the idea of city building, Kouagyu agreed to start right away. With excitement, they imagined their base growing into something greater, ready to support both discovery and defense alike. Kou's materials stockpile reached 8,000, and he chose to build an entire residential zone. Curious companions watched as he initiated construction using a glowing orb called the construction egg. The mysterious sphere floated upward, triggering a dramatic transformation. Bright lights burst across the landscape, instantly revealing rows of beautiful houses. Everyone stood speechless as an entire city materialized before them. Kou's companions praised his work, comparing him to a god. He modestly credited his skill. Amid laughter, they admired the peaceful town, marveling at the power and potential of creation. Overjoyed, the archaeologist eagerly inspected the newly formed city. Kou encouraged exploration, while slimes rushed in, excited to decorate and furnish the interiors of every house with playful enthusiasm. Kou expanded the city with farmland and marketplaces, completing a fully functioning settlement. He marveled at the results, reflecting on how the once empty grassland now brimmed with bustling life. While pondering his skill's true scope, Ku learned the professor was actually Leric de Huber, a royal-affiliated expert. Their discovery would soon reach the king and potentially change everything about this world. The professor shared future plans to develop magical home appliances. Despite his eccentricities, he admitted feeling lonely. Ku and the others promised friendship, hoping to maintain a warm and respectful bond. Suddenly, a loud rumble shook the ground beneath them. Everyone staggered as the tremors intensified. Instinctively, they huddled together, eyes wide with confusion and concern at the unexpected, powerful quake. Once the shaking stopped, they stood up cautiously. Kao voiced the question on everyone's mind, was that an earthquake? The professor, still rattled, offered no answer, but silently acknowledged the danger. The slime rushed in panic, urging them to follow. Ku and the group sensed urgency. Something was clearly wrong. Without hesitation, they ran toward the unknown, hearts pounding with concern. The structure towered before them, its markings glowing. Ko stepped forward, whispering, "This?" The air trembled. Whatever this monument was, it wasn't ordinary and it was about to activate. Ku's group followed the only path visible. They reunited with Lurch, who ran to them in relief. Joy filled the room, but something echoed beyond the corridor, drawing Ku's focus. Alerted by approaching steps, they quickly drew weapons. Ko signaled Lurch to stay back. Shadows stirred ahead. They braced themselves. A figure emerged, tension rising until a familiar squeal broke through. It was a talking slime wearing glasses, flailing dramatically. Everyone froze. The creature introduced itself as Glasses Slime, a harmless helper type. Cautiously, they lowered their guard and listened. Guided deep underground, Ko and the others discovered a restricted zone. Glasses Slime explained this area was a monitoring chamber for the Black Dragon, one of the ancient and dangerous calamities. Ku questioned further. Learning the calamities weren't singular, there could be more. Shock spread through the group. Glasses Slime confirmed their worst fears. Several threats may exist, sealed but not destroyed. Glasses Slime revealed the seal's fragile nature. If specific conditions were met, it would break. Ku's expression darkened. The possibility of the Black Dragon's resurrection was real and dangerously close. Kao sighed heavily, overwhelmed by the scale of danger. The Black Dragon, responsible for destroying an entire civilization, rested beneath the mountains. The revelation made his isekai journey feel crushingly real. To explain further, Glasses Slime led them to a room. Kao placed his hand on a glowing sphere. The tool projected ancient images key to understanding the looming calamity ahead. A vivid illusion unfolded. A city from 4,000 years ago appeared in full detail. Then, with a flash, a massive shadow emerged, an ancient dragon, signaling the beginning of devastation. The vision unfolded violently. The Black Dragon unleashed unstoppable force, leveling the city. Fire and shockwaves tore through stone and sky. In seconds, everything turned to ash under its power. Ku stood speechless, watching the illusion of destruction. Glasses Slime solemnly explained the casualties. The dragon's wrath had ended thousands of lives in moments. It was a calamity unlike any other. Ku trembled, realizing the threat was beyond anything he'd ever known. This wasn't just a monster, it was disaster itself. And worse, there could be more. The weight sank in deeply. Realizing the danger, Kao's team decided to evacuate Onen immediately. Time was short, 3 days at most, before the Black Dragon's possible return. Every second now carried the weight of survival. Using transfer magic, they arrived at Onen's entrance. The city buzzed with anxious movement. Tension filled the air. Something was already unsettling the people, something beyond what Ku had expected. As they regrouped, officials confirmed the ruins were ancient. The discovery was momentous, but celebrations were paused. With danger looming, the team shifted from awe to urgent action once again. The Phaedos Mountains showed signs of a monster stampede. Ku's group learned that high magical energy readings meant tens of thousands of monsters were approaching. Onen was in serious danger. The city faced overwhelming odds. 500,000 monsters were expected in 3 days. With feudal troops unavailable, defense seemed impossible. The underground city was their only viable refuge. The official asked if the underground city could shelter everyone. Ku, confident and clear, smiled without hesitation. There are no problems whatsoever, he declared, accepting the responsibility ahead without fear. Ku's group arrived at the underground city's surface entrance under a starry sky. They were greeted by Zitan, the guild branch head, who acknowledged their success and unusual determination. Zitan agreed to accept Onen's citizens for shelter. Ko explained it had been their plan from the beginning. Everyone pledged to evacuate safely and work together during the coming crisis. Just as Ku began addressing the looming threat of the Black Dragon, Glass's slime rushed in again, this time panicked and desperate. Something urgent had happened, and they had to listen. Glass's slime rushed in, panicked. The magicals near Phatos were surging unnaturally. Ku froze. The black dragon might awaken early. Everyone stared, stunned. The question hung in the air, what now? He got shocked when the slime said that the black dragon that has been resting there is going to awaken earlier than they expected. And he don't know what should they do right here and right now. Ku stood before 3 ancient doors, unsure which to choose. The mysterious voice explained the vault held the master's treasure. None of the conditions applied to him, yet something stirred. Though Ku met no criteria, the system completed its check. A hidden requirement was somehow fulfilled. With a loud clack, all 3 doors unlocked, shocking both Ku and his companion. Ku cautiously stepped forward as all doors opened. Confused but curious, he decided to begin from the left. His slime companion trembled, unsure what danger or reward awaited inside. In the first room, Ku discovered a massive broken sword. His slime companion identified it as the Dragon Slayer's magic sword shattered during a legendary battle with the Black Dragon. Though not a hero, Ku pondered the sword's value. If restored, its myth could be reborn. Curious, he reached forward, activating a mysterious mechanism linked to his creation ability. Power surged as Ku invoked his skill. Before them, the broken sword reformed into Grarm, the mighty dragon-slaying blade. It pulsed with divine energy, newly forged by Ku's own hands. The slime shouted in shock. Ku had restored a legendary sword. Ku explained it was due to his creation skill. He repaired and stored the weapon using his item box. The sword, now whole, bore divine enhancements, lethal strikes, self-repairing power, and massive strength boosts. Ku wondered, could this blade now rival the black dragon that once shattered it? Encouraged, Ku explored the next room. Inside stood a colossal artillery walker. The slime explained, it was a magic railgun platform, designed for annihilation, especially in emergencies like monster stampedes. Ku marveled at the railgun walker. The slime noted only demon lords could normally retrieve such a weapon. Yet Ku's existence let him store it with ease, something truly unnatural. Activating the next room, Ku encountered a towering golem. Identified as the Destroyer Golem, it was armed with anti-monster lasers and advanced AI, ready to serve its new master. The golem introduced itself formally. Ku welcomed it, impressed by its features. With a bow and salute, the golem awaited future commands. Ku turned to continue exploring the final door. In the last room, Ku found a shattered shield. It was once the dragon god's shield, destroyed long ago. Even sages failed to restore it, but Ku decided to try. Despite his power, Ku couldn't repair the shield. He suspected missing materials were to blame. As he puzzled over it, the slime mentioned a legendary gem, the dragon god's ruby. The ruby, appearing only once every 1,000 years, was key. Though unreachable now, Ku accepted it calmly. With Grarm and the golem, he was already well equipped. The slime cheered proudly. Before leaving, the slime gave Ku a parting gift. Its wriggling body glowed, transferring a blessing. It was a good luck charm, meant to summon spirits in times of danger. Ku asked what spirits really were. The slime explained, they are unseen beings born from human emotions. Though invisible, they quietly protect people when their hearts call out for help. Back in town, Ku met with Iris. She reported the city's evacuation was progressing well. Ku shared his discoveries from the vault, preparing together for the looming threat of the dragon. Iris grew serious and revealed her true mission. She was searching for the dragon god's shield, a treasure lost in the ancient war against the Black Dragon 4,000 years ago. Ku offered to return it if he repaired it, but without the dragon god's ruby, restoration was impossible. Iris asked, couldn't his creation skill fix it with the right material? To Ku's surprise, another girl stepped forward and presented the very thing he needed, the dragon god's ruby, glowing in her palm. The key to restoring the legendary shield was found. Ku held the ruby, it pulsed warmly. Iris explained an old saying, when a transferee holds the shield and ruby, it shall awaken. Ku prepared to activate his creation skill. With glowing energy, Ku restored the dragon god's shield. Its legendary form returned, gleaming with strength, blessings, and barriers. Iris stared in awe as centuries of loss were undone. Though the shield was restored, Ku confessed he couldn't use it fully. It required the unique skill Dragon God Shrine Maiden. Still, the restoration marked a powerful step forward. Ku was surprised if the shield required Dragon God Shrine Maiden, then he couldn't wield it. But with a calm smile, Iris revealed she possessed that very skill all along. Ku returned to the Silent Moon Hotel to rest before the coming battle. Though urged to relax, anxiety gripped him. It was the calm before a storm he couldn't yet see. That night, a guild member knocked. With a serious face, she requested to speak. Ku listened carefully as she acknowledged the burden he and Iris would bear in the fight. She revealed a plan. While Ku and Iris faced the dragon, others would evacuate townsfolk. Then, solemnly, she extended her hand and gave Ku something in aid for his dangerous path. Ku received a mysterious ring. Words glowed on its surface, naming him the Vessel of Spirits. The guild girl explained it had been passed down to aid the dragon challenger. As Ku touched the ring, new power awakened material transmutation. It was no curse but a skill. Shocked, the girl realized he was the one meant to inherit the ring. Relieved and smiling, she revealed the ring was why she'd joined the guild. Ku appreciated the gesture and praised the ring. They both understood he truly was chosen for this battle. Ku joked about wiping out the stampede and dragon alone. The guild girl teased him, confident in his abilities. They both laughed, trusting in the bond and strength they'd built. As the night settled, they shared a quiet moment. With yawns and farewells, they wished each other rest. Tomorrow held danger, but tonight, they simply hoped for good sleep. By morning, Ku began testing his new skill material transmutation. Converting lonely wolf fur into high-quality Fenrir fur, he discovered a hidden crafting recipe for sacred gear blessed by the god. Ku prepared for battle, equipping his upgraded gear with calm determination. Clad in the Fenrir coat, he reviewed every tool. Tomorrow's fight loomed large, but he resolved to give everything. Arriving in the underground city, Ku was greeted by a crowd of excited citizens. Their warm welcome surprised him. As he stepped forward, he cleared his throat to speak. Ku introduced himself humbly, earning admiration. Townspeople whispered, recalling past deeds. Some even remembered him as the bear killer. Though known now, Ku remained grounded, ready to face what's next. Seeing familiar, smiling faces in the crowd eased Ku's nerves. Though the attention was awkward, it reminded him what he was fighting for, and that this city was worth protecting. Suddenly, urgent news arrived. Monsters had begun pouring from the Phaetos Mountains. Evacuation wasn't complete. Ku realized they had to act now or risk massive casualties before the city cleared. With no time to waste, Iris and Ku stepped forward to begin the counterstrike. Calm but ready, they walked out side by side, prepared to face the coming stampede. Ku and Iris arrived at their chosen battlefield, set between the mountains and Onin. Despite the open field offering no cover, they stood firm. Here, they would stop the stampede. Ku summoned the destroyer Golem. Calmly, he revealed the field's exposure didn't matter. He planned to destroy everything anyway. Iris was stunned, but impressed. His power still kept surprising her. The Golem scanned the area, detecting the incoming horde. At Ku's command, it launched its first barrage. The earth shook as explosions erupted, marking the beginning of their fierce defense. The destroyer Golem expressed its gratitude with enthusiasm. Ku tried to stay composed, but tension rose. Iris pointed ahead. The monsters had finally appeared, surging across the plains in full force. As the horde charged, Ku and Iris took formation. She raised the dragon god's shield. Ku gripped his reforged blade. Together they stood prepared. The real battle was about to begin. Ku gave the command. The energized railgun unleashed a massive blast, lightning tearing across the field. With a firm voice and calm expression, Ku ordered one thing: mow them down. The railgun's beam tore through the battlefield, exploding with devastating force. Dust and fire filled the air as monsters vanished in the blast. The first clash had begun with overwhelming power. Ku wondered if he'd still gain experience despite the golem's kills. With upgraded stats and gear, he took the field beside Iris. They agreed to split up and handle flanks. Energized by the challenge, Ku and Iris turned the battle into a contest who could defeat more enemies. The loser would treat the winner to dinner, raising the stakes with a smile. Ku activated his Fenrir coat's power, grace of swiftness. Time around him seemed to slow. Enemies approached, but he dashed forward, ready to test the gear's full strength in real combat. Ku leapt into action, slicing through the monsters with speed and precision. Each movement was fluid, empowered by his gear. As he struck, he called for the next one confidently. Ku analyzed the effect of Grace of Swiftness X. Though incredibly fast, the ability consumed MP rapidly. He calculated he could only sustain this level of acceleration for short bursts. Planning his attacks carefully, Ku balanced speed with mana usage. With 18 MP recovered per second, he stayed alert. More monsters approached. Without slowing, he prepared to face the next wave. Ku activated Graham's special ability God of Wars / Splus. With a mighty swing, the sword released a devastating arc of power, tearing cleanly through his monstrous opponent without hesitation. After unleashing the attack, Ku's level rose again. He noted the effect, charging more magic into the slash increased its range and strength. His stats now reached absurdly high numbers. Preparing to test God of War's Severus Plus, Ku raised Graham again, only for it to start trembling. Confused, he paused, realizing something was happening to the weapon mid-combat. A powerful surge announced the Black Dragon's resurrection. Ku's Dragon Slayer's Plus activated in response. Smiling with resolve, he realized the true battle hadn't even begun, it was only starting now. Iris fought fiercely against a wave of dire wolves, her shield glowing with Dragon God's Barrier X. Her defenses held strong as she struck back, refusing to let them overwhelm her. Despite her strength, the wolves kept coming. Surrounded and panting, Iris braced herself. With no end in sight, she realized this battle would demand everything, no hesitation, no holding back. Iris continued fending off the wolf pack when a sudden blast cleared a group. Ko had intervened. She was surprised, but he quickly apologized. It was an emergency. Something worse approached. Kao's expression turned serious. He sensed it clearly, the Black Dragon was coming. Iris recognized the shift immediately. The real threat they had prepared for was finally making its move. With urgency, the Golem stepped in to handle the remaining monsters. Iris gave Kao a firm nod. He now had one mission: confront the Black Dragon. The battlefield was ready. Ku and Iris reviewed the map. The Black Dragon, long dormant in the Phatos Mountains, had awakened. Ku pointed to its location. Without hesitation, Iris nodded. It was time. Together, they advanced toward the ominous signal. A dark sphere hovered above the forest, undeniably the dragon's presence. With weapons ready, they braced for whatever terrifying force awaited them ahead. Lightning surged through the sky. Both stood firm, shield and sword in hand. The air crackled with tension as they took their stance. The final confrontation was moments away. Kao stared at the strange sphere. It pulsed like an egg. Just before hatching, the air thickened with power. Cracks spread as something ancient and terrible began to awaken. A thunderous roar split the sky. From the shattered shell, the Black Dragon of Extinction emerged, massive, terrifying, and filled with malice. Its resurrection marked the start of true calamity. With a deafening scream, the dragon fully awakened, its eyes locked on the world that once sealed it away. Ku and Iris stood ready. The final confrontation was now inevitable. Despite the dragon's overwhelming pressure, Iris stood tall, her strength undiminished. Ku confirmed through appraisal. Only Graham could pierce the cursed scales. With a grin, he ready to test it. He smiles as he feel happy, as if he did not found Graham in the vault, then he would be running away with his tail between his legs. They raised their weapon right now. The Black Dragon soared high above, out of reach. Ko assessed the situation. Direct attacks wouldn't connect. But instead of hesitating, he readied Graham, preparing a strike that defied distance. Ku roared and unleashed a powerful arc of energy with a full-force swing. The slash soared upward, closing the gap between ground and sky, headed straight for the airborne target. The attack struck the Black Dragon's flank. A deep wound opened. With a thunderous cry, the beast roared in pain, shaken by the blow. The battle had truly begun. Ko confirmed the hit. While not fatal, it left a significant wound. Encouraged, he gripped Graham tightly. If he could injure the Black Dragon, then victory was no longer impossible. The dragon began charging a massive breath attack. Ku handed defensive duties to Iris. Without hesitation, she raised her shield, vowing to protect him for life in return for saving hers. Iris stood firm, shielding Ku behind a barrier. As the Black Dragon's breath loomed over them, they faced it together, unshaken and united, ready to endure the storm ahead. The Black Dragon unleashed its devastating breath attack. The energy beams smashed into Iris's barrier. She held firm under the pressure, bracing against the overwhelming force to protect Ku. Flames surged against the shield. Iris gritted her teeth as the impact shook the ground. Ku stood behind her, trusting her strength while preparing his next move against the dragon. The dragon soared upward again, roaring furiously. Iris trembled from the force but endured. The battle wasn't over. With renewed tension, Ku and Iris looked to the sky, ready for what's next. The Black Dragon descended with brutal force. Its massive body collided with Iris's shield, Dragon God's Barrier X holding but barely. Cracks spread. The impact sent shockwaves through the battlefield. Ko activated God of Speed's Blessing X. As the barrier shattered, he grabbed Iris and dashed away at lightning speed, escaping the collapsing defense just before the dragon's attack landed. Safely distanced, Iris caught her breath. She turned to Ku and whispered thanks. Ko smiled calmly. Though the shield had broken, their resolve hadn't. The fight was far from over. Ku aimed for the dragon's legs, launching a powerful binding attack to immobilize it. The plan, stop it from moving before it could launch another devastating breath, or flight. Chains of light coiled around the dragon. With a heavy crash, it hit the ground. Wings flailing. Temporarily restrained, the black dragon roared furiously, shaking the battlefield with raw force. Kao noted his MP had dropped to 40%. As the dragon struggled to break free, Iris hesitated, asking, "Did we just beat it?" Ku replied calmly, "Well, for now." Ku concentrated all remaining MP into one final attack. Power surged through Graham as he released a blinding strike aimed directly at the dragon, his strongest move. Fueled by full resolve, the blast collided with the dragon mid-charge, erupting into a massive explosion. Dust and force flooded the field. Kao shielded his eyes, uncertain if it was enough to end it. As the dust settled, Iris stepped in front of Ku, shielding him again. With a confident smile, she reminded him of her vow. "Didn't I say I'd protect you?" Ku thanked Iris as the dust began to settle. They wondered aloud if the dragon had finally fallen. But as silence gave way to rumbling, fear crept back in. The ground split and roared. From within the smoke, the black dragon rose again, howling with rage. Its body still burned, but its will was unbroken. The battle wasn't over yet. Days after the battle, the town held a grand celebration. Cheers rang out for Ko and Iris, the heroes who defeated the black dragon and protected the people from devastation. Surrounded by laughter, Ku was showered with praise. Nicknames like Dragon Killer and Bear Killer filled the air. Despite the attention, he stayed humble, joining the party with a smile. Later, Ka quietly reflected on his journey. Chrome praised him for becoming the hero no one expected. Kao knew luck, allies, and powerful relics had shaped the path he walked. As the celebration wound down, Kao quietly reflected on everything. He realized how much could have gone wrong if just one element had been missing. The thought made him shiver. Speaking with Chrome, Kao pondered the role of luck. Chrome reminded him, drawing a good hand and playing it well are different. Ko had made the most of his fate. Looking up at the moonlit sky, Ko smiled. In this world, he had found purpose. Trusting himself and even luck might not be so bad after all. The day after the celebration, Ku and Iris met for a casual outing. Dressed beautifully, Iris looked different from battle. Ku was taken aback by how radiant she appeared. They returned to the cafe where they once discussed ancient ruins. Sharing a quiet meal, they reflected on their journey, the evacuation of Onan, and everything their teamwork had achieved. Though they'd triumphed over the Black Dragon, Iris admitted the fear it brought. Ku nodded. The worst may be over, but more calamities like it could still be out there. Ka revealed his newest ability, Calamity Summon. By defeating the Black Dragon, he gained the power to subjugate and summon it. Iris was stunned. Ko casually promised to handle future threats. They joked over dinner, but Iris admitted Ku wasn't a normal person. Still, she trusted him. Talk shifted to Milia, soon returning to the guild's capital for an official reward. Iris wondered what the future would hold. Things were changing quickly. With the capital recognizing their efforts and separation ahead, one truth remained: their journey was far from over. Iris opened up about her past. She never imagined her journey would lead here. Growing up, she'd always been treated coldly back home in the Dragonfolk nation. Kao asked why. Iris quietly revealed the truth. She had a twin sister named Ferris, who also possessed the rare dragon god's Shrine Maiden skill, making her the favored one. Ferris was gifted with an additional skill, precognition. Her predictions were frighteningly accurate. By age 6, she was already revered. In contrast, Iris's spear skill made her less valuable. Iris recounted how she and Ferris were raised as shrine maidens, but she was treated as a spare. At 15, monsters attacked their temple, and Ferris was tragically killed. Afterward, Iris was tasked with delivering the dragon god's shield to the transferer. Her guards vanished along the journey. Alone and grieving, she became an adventurer to complete the mission. With the duty fulfilled, Iris thanked Ku deeply. His strength let her face the past. When asked about returning home, she smiled, weary but honest, saying she'd rather not, if possible. Kao shared his plan to travel the world one day. Iris asked if she could join. Kao didn't mind. Though unsure about the future, he welcomed the thought warmly. Iris confessed she once believed she had no real allies. Her powers were used only to survive. But Ku's presence changed that. He fought for her, not just alongside her. With heartfelt gratitude, Iris smiled. Ko didn't just save her life, he changed it. She no longer felt alone in the world. "I'll be happy to stay with you," she said. Under the moonlight, Ko smiled softly. Content. Iris, flustered by their earlier conversation, asked him to forget what she'd said. She blamed the wine, pretending it was just a passing moment. Kao played along, teasing her gently. Then, suddenly, he invited her for another walk. Iris agreed. As they stepped forward together, something shifted. This bond was no longer uncertain. Without a word, their hands touched and held. The silence between them was warm, not awkward. For now, no more explanations were needed. They were walking forward, together. Under the night sky, Ku and Iris walked side by side, hands gently clasped. Smiles lit their faces. No more words were needed. Their shared journey had only just begun. Ko suggested they form a party after Iris ranks up. She liked the idea and agreed. Their bond had grown, and Ko was ready to continue their journey side by side. As they walked, Iris asked if Ka would let her join his journey. He agreed. Their shared goals strengthened. Suddenly, strange floating creatures appeared nearby, catching their attention. Ko identified them as flying mushrooms. Though harmless, they had unique properties. Ko considered collecting some for creation. The discovery marked a new, lighter start to their continuing adventure. Ko activated his Godspeed blessing and dashed forward. He blocked the flying mushroom's escape path with precise timing. Iris, amazed, watched as Ku returned with several captured specimens in just seconds. They resumed collecting materials through the forest. Time passed quickly. By dawn, they returned to Annan, tired but fulfilled. The quiet streets welcomed them back after a peaceful yet productive day. At Annan, Ku was surprised by fans. A girl asked to shake his hand, others praised his feats. Some even asked to become his students. Ku had unknowingly become a hero. Ku and Iris returned to town, greeted by praise and cheers. Ku felt overwhelmed by attention but stayed composed. They received news about an upcoming award ceremony from the Adventurers Guild. They learned the ceremony would be held in the royal capital, arranged by the Scarlet Company. Kao recalled Chrome's connection. Milia confirmed she'd attend, while Iris seemed eager for the trip. As the group chatted about travel, Ku and Iris reflected quietly. She smiled, thinking about the journey ahead. Under the night sky, Ku whispered to himself the royal capital. Huh. Kao headed to an empty field, curious to test the new items he created. His first choice was a ring forged from the Black Dragon's remains. Its magic felt powerful. The ring, holding the Flame Emperor Dragon's essence, granted Ku a high-tier flame magic skill. The system confirmed the skill activation. Ku focused, ready to see its true effect. Channeling his magic through the ring, Ku formed a fire arrow in his hand. With calm resolve, he launched it forward, determined to master the Flame Emperor's power. The fire arrow struck its target, erupting into a tall, narrow blaze. Ku observed the damage closely, noting how it precisely scorched the tree without harming anything else nearby. Curious, Ku prepared another fire arrow, this time aiming at a wider area. He declared his intent an area of effect burn and launched the spell, watching flames engulf the grass ahead. To his surprise, the fire followed his command, burning only the intended space. Ku realized this precise control would be valuable in battle. His experimentation had shown real promise. Ku spotted a group of punch rabbits in the forest. Despite their odd appearance, he saw them as a perfect chance to test his magic in a live combat situation. As the rabbits charged, Ku cast fire arrow with precision. Flames spread outward, striking only the targets. The attack burned cleanly, leaving behind useful materials untouched by the blast. With the battle done, Koe examined the results. He'd hit every heart directly. His stats climbed to level 92. Quietly, he noted how unbalanced his power had become. Ko held the flying potion, created using mushrooms. Curious about the effects, he drank it without hesitation. The taste was smooth, reminding him of sake from his old world. As the potion took effect, Ko began to float. Surprised but thrilled, he decided to rise higher. His feet slowly lifted off the ground as he tested the altitude. Now above the trees, Ko soared through a sky full of stars. He smiled in awe. For the first time, he truly experienced what it felt like to fly. Ku returned from the flight test well past midnight. The sky had cleared, and he felt fulfilled. Still excited, he thought about using the punch rabbit materials for a new idea. Combining rabbit fur with his crafting skill, Ko created temperature-controlled underwear. The results were perfect, soft, and breathable. He immediately changed into it, impressed by its comfort and function. Feeling relaxed and satisfied, Ku crawled into bed. The long day ended with comfort and peace. As his eyes closed, he smiled and whispered to himself, "Good night." Ku and Iris returned to the underground city. Welcomed warmly by the slimes, Ku felt bittersweet knowing they would leave soon. The cheerful reunion hinted at a difficult farewell coming. One of the slimes, saddened by the news, expressed a wish to follow them. Kao, considering its loyalty, offered a system rewrite allowing a helper to accompany them above ground. As Ku rewrote the system, the slime's body reacted, warmth spread as it began changing. Iris watched with surprise. Something new was happening, maybe a transformation that would let it travel. Ku finished rewriting the system, allowing the slime to follow him. Overjoyed, the slime bounced with excitement, eager to explore the world. Ku was asked to choose the slime's name. After considering names, Ku settled on Surara. The slime accepted it proudly, happily declaring itself Surara. Iris and Ko smiled as the new companion's journey officially began with a name. Surara grew sleepy from the update. Ko explained it was like a system reboot. They gently tucked it in, promising to wait until it awakened to join the adventure ahead. The slime overheard their plans and excitedly offered help. It mentioned rare items hidden underground. Curious, the group followed it, unaware of the surprise that would change their journey plans. Suddenly, they stumbled upon sleek ancient carriages, each shining under the lights. Shocked, they examined the interiors. Some had second floors, others full kitchens. Excitement stirred at the potential they held. Ideas sparked fast. They discussed combining parts to create a superior vehicle. The slime eagerly suggested using creation skill. With new recipes in hand, their journey was about to evolve. Ko responded with a confident smile and activated creation. A radiant magic circle formed beneath them. The group watched in awe as light surged, preparing for a new grand invention. A magnificent carriage appeared, towering, gleaming, and luxurious. It had everything: living room, kitchen, dining area, even a bedroom. They stared in disbelief. A grand cabin. Ko's skill had surpassed expectations. With his creation skill now ranked 16, Ko gained a new function. He could now use materials he physically touched. Excited, he tested it, amazed by how much easier creation became. They stepped inside the carriage, marveling at its luxurious design. The living room was elegant and soft. Everything sparkled. Ku and the others were amazed by the sheer comfort inside. From the cozy dining room to a well-equipped kitchen, everything felt like a true home. Upstairs, 2 bedrooms waited. The toilet even had a bathtub. It was impressively detailed. They realized they could live in the carriage like a moving house. But the weight raised concerns. The girl asked, how would Ku possibly move such a massive vehicle? Ku stood beside the grand cabin and summoned Dest, the Golem. It had been a while. The Golem eagerly asked for orders. Kao smiled and gave the next command. Kao requested Dest to pull the carriage, but instead, he suggested a fusion. Kao agreed. With a bright command, they initiated the powerful merge-man and machine uniting with purpose. The result was stunning. Grand Destroyer Golem. Fused with the grand cabin, it boasted unmatched strength and mobility. Their new journey-ready fortress now had legs and an engine that never stopped. Thanks to the grand cabin's speed, Kao and the group could now travel efficiently. They planned a scenic route, combining sightseeing with a schedule to meet the Scarlet Company. In the remaining days, Ku greeted everyone who helped him, restocked supplies, and organized the inn. He received a letter. It was from Relic, a trusted friend, sparking his curiosity. Relic's letter revealed Count Millard was in Syria for recovery. Ko reflected on the Count's silence during past crises. Though uncertain, he felt it was time to uncover the truth. Ko met with Relic, who reassured him about Count Millard. They discussed Kau's upcoming award ceremony, hinting they might reunite in Syria. Kao hoped for answers, and maybe a reunion. The next day, Kao explored the town market. He looked for books and guides for the journey. There, he spotted a familiar face, Milia, struggling with a huge stack of books. Just as Ko approached, Milia tripped. Books scattered through the air. Time slowed as she gasped, startled. In that moment, Ko instinctively moved, reacting before the fall was complete. Just in time, Ko caught the falling books. Milia looked up, startled, then relieved. He smiled warmly, arms full. "Are you okay?" he asked, gently easing her worry. On departure day, the town gathered to send them off. Cheers and farewells filled the air. Ku and Iris received flowers as thanks. They smiled warmly, touched by the support. Inside the grand cabin, Iris asked if Ka was ready. With a confident smile, he answered, "Yeah, let's go." The team set off, their massive carriage rumbling out of Onan. Along the way, they reunited with Surara, now donning a fancy hat. The slime gleamed with joy. The hat was a gift. No one would mistake Surara for a wild slime now. Ku realized he had never named the golem. After a few suggestions, he chose Dest, With that, they resumed their journey toward the capital, riding in comfort and ease. Their next stop was Duel, a city famed for beef dishes. Ku looked forward to dinner. As the carriage moved, the group enjoyed peaceful moments reading and watching the scenery. Iris reflected on how rare it was to relax. Ku nearly dozed off, but woke up as they neared the city gates. Their next adventure was just beginning in Duel. Ku and his party arrive at a tense city gate. Guards swarm the entrance. A soldier rushes up, confirming Ku's identity as the Dragon Slayer. Urgency fills the air. The city official falls to his knees, begging Ku to save them. Ku senses deep trouble. As tension mounts, his companion watches silently, ready to support him through the crisis. Inside, the guild branch master Popolo explains their dire situation. Kauyu listens calmly and asks for details. The threat began barely an hour ago, but its impact already terrifies the city. A shadowy figure looms, a devil treant, an S-rank threat, emerges in the northwest plains. The guildmaster describes its power and regeneration. A full city could fall within hours. Despite calling a traveling priest, the city has no time to organize resistance. Popolo pleads with Ku to use his power. Ku listens calmly, reminded of his past battle. Ku accepts the mission, but corrects the record: he didn't slay the Black Dragon alone. Iris bravely defended him. Their teamwork had saved lives before, and now, the city's fate rests on them. Ku, Iris, and their party head toward the plains in a heavy-duty vehicle. Ku steps outside to scout the terrain. He prefers seeing the battlefield with his own eyes. Iris thanks Ku for acknowledging her role against the Black Dragon. Ku calls her a precious friend. She smiles shyly, lifts her shield, and assures him she'll handle the defense. As tension builds, their vehicle halts. Iris and Ku are alerted. In the distance, the towering shadow of the Devil Treant looms ominous and still. Ku realizes their battle has begun. The Devil Treant appears massive, gnarled, and menacing. Destruction pulses from its presence. Bound in radiant magical chains, it looms tall, its grotesque face twisted with rage and murderous intent. Iris identifies the glowing restraints, celestial chains, advanced holy magic. Ku realizes a skilled priest must have cast them, but their strength is limited, and even now, the treant strains against them. Suddenly, the chains begin to shatter. The monster's limbs wrench free with terrifying force. Iris shouts. Ku braces himself. The true battle has begun, and the Devil Treant won't be restrained again. Chains rattle violently. Ku observes her fading power. She's nearing her limit. Moments later, the priestess collapses, spent. Desperate, Ku orders immediate rescue before the monster breaks free and attacks. Ku shouts to Dest, urging speed. Their armored transport roars forward across the plains. Every second counts now. The priestess's collapse means disaster is moments away. They must reach her fast. As the Devil Treant roars, Iris erects a barrier. Ku rescues the collapsed priestess. Their teamwork holds just long enough for safety. The team scrambles to retreat before it's too late. Ku carries the girl to safety. Iris deflects further threats. Des tends to the priestess, while the slime swells up, ready to assist. There's no time to question surprises now. Ku returns to Iris. She smiles, recovering slowly but still standing strong. Their mission isn't over. With the priestess safe, they retreat quickly, putting distance between them and the monster. Ku draws his blade, its power glowing fiercely. Calm but resolute, he charges forward. With a grin, he promises the Devil Treant a parting gift before making his move. With a flash, Ku unleashes his strongest skill, God of War /S+. The strike cuts across the monster's massive trunk, shaking its limbs and drawing out a furious scream. The Devil Treant reels in pain. The mighty slash leaves a deep mark. Enraged, the monster howls violently, but Ku stands firm, unmoved by the fury he's just awakened. Ku and his ally confronted a towering monster tree. Just when they thought it was defeated, it regenerated instantly, revealing an incredible ability that shocked even the experienced adventurers. Without pause, the monstrous tree launched a barrage of thick branches. Ku's partner yelled a warning as the enemy advanced quickly, forcing Ku to prepare his counterattack under mounting pressure. Ku activated a special ring and pointed confidently. He instructed his partner to keep the branches away, declaring that every single one was now a primary target in their fight. A warrior unleashed a barrage of fire arrows into the sky. Ku and his ally watched in awe as the attack lit up the battlefield with precision and destructive intensity. Flaming projectiles rained down like a meteor shower. Ku and his partner stood silently, captivated. She whispered in wonder at the display, unaware of the strength Ku had quietly gained. With a humble smile, Ku admitted he'd only learned magic recently. Their brief exchange lightened the moment, strengthening their bond amid the chaos of their ever-dangerous journey ahead. After seeing Ku's magic, his ally explained 2 strategies to defeat the Devil Treant, either sustained attacks to exhaust regeneration or a swift decapitation using fire magic aimed directly at the head. Ku listened carefully, realizing a prolonged battle carried too many risks. He agreed with her approach and asked how to identify the creature's head, which was oddly shaped and hard to read. Revealing a flying potion crafted from mushrooms, Ko confidently shared his plan. He would take to the sky and launch a direct strike, surprising his partner yet again with his ingenuity. Just before takeoff, Ku's partner stopped him and insisted on joining. She proposed a teamwork strategy: he would attack from the air while she handled defense during the dangerous maneuver. Ku drank the flying potion as she held on. With a surge of wind magic and determination, they lifted into the sky, soaring together above the battlefield with precise coordination. Feeling the strange sensation of flying, she steadied herself. Though nervous, her trust in Kao kept her calm. Beside him, she felt ready for the battle ahead, no longer afraid. As Ko and his partner flew into position, he instructed Des to retreat. With her trust placed in him, he committed fully to striking down the Devil Treant with fire. While closing in, Ko realized he still needed to get closer, but before he could act, the Treant suddenly turned its eyes toward them, reacting aggressively to Ko's focused killing intent. The creature lunged forward with deadly speed. Just as it prepared to attack mid-air, Ko's partner bravely intervened with her shield raised, declaring she wouldn't let the attack reach him. The Devil Treant's massive attack clashed against a glowing barrier. Ko's partner held firm, shouting for him to fire, now before the creature regained momentum. The moment to strike had come. Ko confirmed her signal. Calm and focused, he began channeling all of his magic power into a single spell, locking onto the enemy's head for a one-shot finishing blow. With the barrier lifted, Ko unleashed Fire Arrow with full strength. Flames spiraled with force, soaring toward the Treant's head, marking the final act of their coordinated mid-air assault. After the battle, the girl they rescued slept soundly. Ku and his companion were relieved she was unharmed, though a mysterious crest on her arm caught their attention and curiosity. His partner recognized the crest; it belonged to the god of war's faith. Strangely, the sword depicted matched Ku's own, suggesting an unexpected connection between him and the religion's symbol. As they reached the northern gate, Ko was greeted with respect as the dragon killer, but a tense crowd awaited, hinting that their next challenge was already about to begin. Ku humbly apologized to a group of adventurers gathered as decoys, but they praised his success. The crowd erupted in gratitude, recognizing Ko as the one who saved the city. The Adventurers Guild celebrated Ko's victory. As he reflected, Ko credited his allies for their help, expressing that he couldn't have accomplished anything without the strength and trust of his friends. Later, Ku and his party relaxed at a restaurant. As they enjoyed steak and wine, laughter returned, grateful for peace, safety, and a well-earned meal after the fierce battle. While eating with locals, Ko overheard praise about the dragon killer. Though embarrassed, he felt satisfied, knowing he made a difference. That night, they stayed at a quiet inn in Duel. Waking early, Ko decided to use his free time for alchemy. He dismantled the Devil Treant's remains, gathering powerful materials like branches and roots for use in future magical crafting. Among the materials, Ko discovered a glowing branch labeled Yggdrasil. Though unfamiliar, he sensed its divine energy, storing it for later use, wondering if it matched the legendary tree from mythology. Ku woke early and greeted his helper Slime. Curious about its routine, he watched it spin perfectly round before they both headed out, ready to explore more of the city. They traveled south, finding peaceful pastures filled with sheep and cows. Ku and his companion laughed, noting the sharp contrast between Tue's bustling northern district and its calm, rural southern half. Locals welcomed Ku warmly, recognizing him as the dragon killer. Amid cheese tasting and sheep shearing, a lively banquet spontaneously began, blending celebration and gratitude into a cheerful afternoon feast. Ku reflected on the city's warm welcome. He realized his battle had protected not just lives, but the ranch's growth, built slowly over time through the quiet efforts of its people. Visiting the guild, Ko received a letter from the rescued priestess, Lily Lena Lenaria. In it, she thanked him for saving her and explained her role as a traveling priestess. Lily promised to express her gratitude in person one day. Ku, surprised by her sincerity, tucked away the letter, wondering if fate would let them cross paths again soon. Ku and his group enjoyed Tue's famous meat sandwich, a dish with steak as bread, Over the meal, they excitedly discussed visiting Surya next, a town renowned for its hot springs. After setting their departure time, they rested early. By morning, many citizens gathered to see them off with cheers and thanks. Ku smiled, feeling the warmth of their appreciation. As the wagon rolled out, Ku sat quietly while his companions slept. Watching the scenery pass, he wondered how to pass the time before they arrived in Surya. Ku welcomed the clear weather as Des drove the wagon. He stepped out for air, not expecting the peaceful ride to take a sudden, meaningful turn that morning. As they paused, Ko spotted a cloaked girl sitting calmly beneath a tree. A familiar sense tugged at him. Then he recognized her Lily Lena Lunaria, the rescued priestess. Lily approached with sincere eyes, formally thanking Ku for saving her. She had been waiting specifically to express her gratitude, creating a fateful and heartfelt reunion neither of them expected. Lily revealed she had the skill foresight her dream led her to this moment to meet Ko on the road. She believed ignoring such guidance would be disrespectful to fate. She asked Ko directly, did he possess the transmigrator skill? Ko hesitated, uncertain how to respond, while internally noting Lily's honest and earnest character. Lily explained her role as the god of war's shrine maiden. Her dream instructed her to meet Ko, deliver something crucial, and share an important message tied to destiny. Hearing Lily's title, Ku remembered Iris, another shrine maiden with a divine mission. He wondered if Lily's role, like Iris's, was tied to the mysterious transmigrator skill and ancient relics. Lily explained her skill allowed her to draw power from weapons blessed by the god of war, a rare gift that appears only once every few centuries, guided by sacred duty. She revealed her mission, to deliver the divine bow of the god of war to the transmigrator. Ku watched in shock as she solemnly presented the weapon to him. Lily confirmed her robe was a magical tool, and the divine bow she offered Ko matched the one from the god of war's crest, one of 3 sacred weapons in legend. Ku held the Yggdrasil bow, sealed and powerful, known as the Calamity Slayer. It could only be wielded by a transmigrator. He wondered when, or how, its seal might break. Though meant to be enshrined for 50 years, Lily had full authority to deliver the weapon. With the mission complete, she sat relieved, happy she had fulfilled one of her duties. Lily shared her second mission, finding the sacred sword Gram. To everyone's surprise, Ku already had it in his possession, having acquired it during his earlier adventures underground. Recognizing its divine energy, Lily confirmed the sword's authenticity. As the designated handler of sacred weapons, she granted Ku permission to keep Gram. Seeing his worthiness, and the sword's resonance with him, Iris noted Lily's resemblance to someone she once knew, likely her sister Felice, who also bore both Shrine Maiden and Foresight skills. The party grew more curious about Lily's background and fate. Lily, having completed her missions, asked to join Ku's journey. Her goal now was to protect the transmigrator. The group welcomed her without hesitation, happy to travel together. With heartfelt smiles, Ku officially welcomed Lily into the party. Her soft gratitude echoed the bond forming between them all, united by fate, trust, and shared purpose. As the clock ticked forward, Iris's quiet suggestion, "Shall we have lunch?" prompted the entire group to get up and start cooking. Peace settled over them like a well-deserved meal. The group gathered fresh ingredients they'd collected. Kao suggested a simple yet hearty menu: beef stew, tomato sauce, omelette, and banana yogurt. Everyone eagerly volunteered to help prepare the meal. While Iris and Surata showed confidence in the kitchen, Lily admitted it was her first time cooking. Kao offered guidance, gently encouraging her to learn alongside the others without pressure. Nervous but determined, Lily hesitated before cracking an egg. With Ku's reassurance, she took a deep breath and declared her intent to try, ready to start her first ever cooking experience. Lily struggled cracking her first egg, apologizing in frustration. Kao calmly guided her, demonstrating the right pressure. Encouraged, she tried again and succeeded, beaming with pride at her small victory. Together, the group enjoyed cooking, sharing laughter, tips, and teamwork. Lily slowly grew more confident with Kou's support, and everyone appreciated the peaceful joy of preparing food side by side. The meal was finished: stew, omelets, and more. Iris praised Ku's cooking. With cheerful smiles, the group shouted, "Bon appetit!" savoring not just food, but the bond that had grown between them. As they enjoyed the food, Lily marveled at the taste and joy of cooking. Ku gently encouraged her to eat more, reminding her she was still growing and deserved it. After clearing the dishes together, they relaxed. Lily admitted she rarely did things like this in the Holy Land, having always prioritized her duties as the god of war's shrine maiden. With soft gratitude, Lily explained her past, how she lost her parents young and was taken in by the church due to her gift. She was glad to now repay others' kindness. Ku and Iris encouraged Lily to enjoy life more freely. Just as Surara excitedly invited her to play, the group was suddenly shaken and earthquake struck without warning. The wagon performed an emergency stop. Surara was flung into the air, and chaos erupted inside. Ko quickly reacted, catching the slime mid-flight, while the others struggled to steady themselves. Ku checked on everyone. Thankfully, they were safe. The team took a breath, grateful the quake happened in an open plain and impressed by Ko's perfect catch of the airborne Surara. Concerned after the quake, the team wondered if the old Zard bridge ahead remained intact. A delay would force them south, postponing their visit to Suryer's famed hot springs. Kao optimistically hoped the bridge held, imagining a peaceful 3-night stay. Yet Des warned against relaxing too soon. Travel often brings setbacks when least expected, especially in unpredictable lands. Reality struck as the bridge came into view completely destroyed. The team stood at the cliff's edge, facing the shattered path ahead and their long-ahead journey. The group reached a river too dangerous to swim across. Ideas were shared, but none seemed practical. Ku hesitated, then decided to rely on his unique skill to resolve it. Ko explained he could use creation to rebuild the destroyed bridge. His companions watched as he prepared, channeling power into the ground, activating the upgraded version of his production skill. With precise control, Ko rebuilt the entire bridge in moments. Everyone watched in awe as sturdy beams emerged. The way forward was clear thanks to Ko's reliable and evolving production skill. The newly restored bridge shimmered as Kyo led the group across. He explained its superior design, crafted from durable monster wood, with magical properties for regeneration and automatic enemy detection. Impressed, the group praised Ku's ingenuity. He humbly credited his skill. The bridge served as a protective zone, allowing them to cross safely without delay. Their journey resumed smoothly, without threats. With no need for detours, they advanced quickly. Riding their vehicle, they reached the city of Surya by dusk, ready to face what awaited beyond the towering gates and walls. At Surya's guard station, Ko-Yu received thanks for restoring the Zard bridge. The officer promised to inform Count Maillard and hinted at a reward for saving a vital transportation route. Curious, Ko asked about the Count's presence in Surya. The officer hesitated but confirmed the Count was secretly there, recuperating. Ko accepted the secrecy and concluded the formalities politely. Welcomed warmly into Surya, Ko's party learned about the upcoming anniversary festival. They planned to relax in the hot springs and enjoy the city during their scheduled 3-night stay. Ku and his companions arrived at the bustling city center, soaking in the festival atmosphere. They learned the celebration marked Surya's 300th anniversary, built on ancient ruins with natural hot springs. Intrigued by the city's specialty, they visited a restaurant serving hotep, a hearty dish. The group admired its rich aroma, and everyone, including the cheerful slime, eagerly started eating together. Delighted by the warmth and flavor, they devoured 6 servings. Full and satisfied, they planned to explore more local dishes, realizing every restaurant had its own take on hotep cuisine. Ko relaxed in the luxurious hot springs under the moonlight. Nearby, his companions enjoyed the same comfort, soaking in silence. Everyone felt their fatigue fade in the steamy, tranquil water. Feeling rejuvenated, Ko looked forward to the festival. The slime, barely moving from the heat, echoed his sentiment. The peaceful night passed quietly as the city prepared for celebration. The next morning, they explored food stalls bursting with hotep options. Kao asked Lily for her choice, but she seemed distracted, suddenly pausing, as if something unexpected had just crossed her mind. Noticing Lily's distant expression, Ko gently asked if something was wrong. She admitted her foresight had activated, but was vague, leaving her uncertain about what the fragmented visions truly meant. She described Kyo receiving applause, then pulling a green branch from his inventory. The vision ended as they departed Surya, traveling northwest toward a place beyond the known route. Confused, Kyo checked the map. The northwest held only forests and mountains. He questioned why her foresight would show such a direction, its meaning unclear, but likely tied to their future. The group discussed Lily's unclear foresight. Ku learned that powerful people often disrupt predictions. The slime joked about Ku's future, while the others agreed he was no ordinary adventurer. They returned to enjoying the festival. Ko led them to more stalls. Each vendor offered unique hotep, including one with rich red wine and another with sweet stewed fruits. Laughter echoed as they tasted everything. Ko and the slime got dizzy from the wine-heavy soup. Others enjoyed the variety. The day ended in warmth, flavor, and cheerful exhaustion. Surara felt sick from the soup, but Ko quickly gave it an antidote potion. The slime perked up immediately, cheering with gratitude while the group laughed in relief. They wandered to a game booth offering an ancient-style lottery. Ku received a card and recognized the format. The host explained it was a numbers game from old civilizations. Ku learned the top prize was a cruise ticket to the royal capital. Another prize? A trumpet just like in Lily's foresight. The group smiled, wondering if the vision would unfold. The festival's highlight began as a clown-like announcer gathered the crowd. Ko and his group took their seats, excited to join the ancient-style lottery game using the mysterious cards. The first number drawn was 29. Ko noted it matched his age. Strangely, a hole appeared in his card automatically, confirming a match. The game was already full of surprises. The announcer laughed, revealing the cards were enchanted with magic tricks. Numbers could shift mid-game, keeping players engaged and uncertain of outcomes. Ko's group listened, intrigued by the unique twist. As the game intensified, Ko and friends neared victory. The announcer split players into those excited by near wins and those losing interest. The tension and cheers steadily filled the air. Ko declared reach as his card filled. Unexpectedly, he spotted Cal, a familiar adventurer from Anen. Their reunion drew attention, sparking curiosity and excitement among the gathered crowd. Though both reached near victory, neither Ku nor Cal hit bingo. Still, their lighthearted competition turned the game into a friendly showdown, entertaining the audience and warming the festive mood. The number 87 was drawn. Q sighed he needed 88 for bingo. But his card reacted strangely. To his surprise, it automatically marked the final slot, just one number late. Ku and Cal both declared bingo. Confused, Ku noted that he had filled the entire card, which should have made him the winner. The announcer declared them simultaneous winners instead. With only one first prize and one second prize available, Ku and Cal were asked to decide together. Ku calmly nodded, ready to resolve it fairly between old friends. Ku surprised everyone by choosing the second prize, the trumpet. Since they already planned to visit the royal capital, he let Cal take the first prize cruise ticket with a smile. Cal thanked Ku with joy. During the award ceremony, Ku was asked to pose with his prize. Amid cheers and smoke, the shiny trumpet appeared in his hands. As Ku admired the trumpet, the scene echoed Lily's foresight. Meanwhile, Iris flipped her unused card, shrugging that luck hadn't favored her today, but she smiled, content with the moment. Though others came close to winning, they remained cheerful. Ku reassured Cal, explaining they already planned to go to the capital. He also admitted he could, in fact, play the trumpet. Ku raised the trumpet, eyes calm. A clear, soulful melody emerged. The tune floated above the crowd, drawing attention and admiration from his friends and festival-goers alike. The music enchanted everyone. Cal recognized the song as Seisan's Slumber, a complex piece. Surara whispered that Ku, with assist's help, really could do anything. The celebration turned quietly magical. After the trumpet performance, Cal said her goodbyes and left for lunch with her grandmother. Ku's group stayed by the fountain, unaware someone important was approaching. An elderly man greeted Ku, introducing himself as Count Randolph Malar. Frail but dignified, he acknowledged Ku's heroic acts, from slaying the Black Dragon to restoring the Zard Bridge. Despite recovering in the hot springs, the Count remained unwell. He pledged his support to Ku, offering his aid should any trouble arise, grateful for the debt his family owed. Suddenly, Count Maillard collapsed, coughing violently. Ku rushed to his side, but the situation worsened. A dark, ominous mist began to rise from the Count's body, startling nearby onlookers. Ku stood stunned as a high-level curse revealed itself. Thanks to his unique transmigrator traits, he resisted it. His team confirmed the dark magic could harm others and spread dangerously. Ku's skill analyzed the affliction curse of the Black Death, a lethal and contagious curse. The solution appeared: suppress it using a Yggdrasil branch, just like Lily's earlier foresight had hinted. Ku retrieved the Yggdrasil branch from his inventory, just as Lily's vision had foretold. As he activated it, glowing light spread, and the curse's black mist began to recede. The mist vanished, and Count Mallard's condition stabilized. Though the curse wasn't cured, its spread had been halted. Ku decided to relocate the Count for safety and further evaluation. With help from the innkeeper, they moved the Count to a secure room at the Shadow Dew Pavilion. As tension eased, the second stage of Ku's analysis completed. Ku learned the curse afflicting Count Maillard originated from a monster known as the Elder Lich. If triggered in crowds, it spreads rapidly and kills within hours like a deadly plague.